once you've finished your knitting, you're ready to cast off your stitches. This is what will give you your finishing edge. The most common way to do this is to start by knitting 2 stitches as normal, and then you take your first knitted stitch over top of your second stitch. You've cast off 1 stitch. Then you knit another and cast off. Insert the needle into that stitch and pull it over top of your most recently knitted stitch. So you knit a stitch, take your left needle into your original stitch, pulling it over top of your most recently knitted stitch. Knit and cast off. Use your finger to hold on to that stitch that you're pulling the stitch over top of so it doesn't slide off at the same time. So knit a stitch and cast off a stitch. Knit a stitch and cast off a stitch. Knit, cast off. Knit, cast off. On your last stitch, you knit it the same as the others and cast off over top of that last stitch. Now you just pull your yarn all the way through, giving yourself a nice little loop, and clip off the end. Now you can pull that yarn all the way through and you have a tail. Now you've completely secured your knitting and you just want to weave in that tail. So you use your darning needle, thread the yarn through it, and then you just take that tail through a few stitches, just kind of hiding it in there. This thick chunky yarn is very forgiving. Just go in and out in a couple of different directions so that as you start to use your knitting, it won't slip out. Go in a few stitches one way and then a few stitches the other way. And if when you look at it you're not happy with it, you can always take it out. It's really easy to just pull that tail out. Squish it around a bit and then clip it kind of close to the edge there. And you're done. You've cast off your stitches, woven in your tail, and your project is complete.